So how you guys doing? Everyone cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, so actually I wanted to do a bunch of jokes tonight about ugly girls, but I don't want to offend anybody. So before I get started, are there any here tonight?
Woo!
Don't be shy.
Yes.
Okay, cool, all right. No, but actually, I know we had a fair amount of comedians here tonight, so I wanted to try and thoroughly disappoint everyone here by reading a poem instead of doing some jokes. Is that cool? I've been working on it for a while, so in any event, here's a poem. It's called "Sometimes Think, Sometimes I." Again, it's sometimes think, sometimes I. So, here we go. Sometimes I think. Sometimes I think about how different my life would have been if my parents would have stayed together. Sometimes I think of my childhood and I become sad. Sometimes I think it's Charles Barkley that has AIDS instead of Magic Johnson. I mean, I know that Charles has lighter skin, but he just has a general sadness about him. Sometimes I think that only ugly girls should be allowed to wear sunglasses so that I don't have to waste a bunch of time trying to figure out what they look like under there. Sometimes I think 15-year-old Asian, or wait, no, that... I scratched that one out. Sometimes when Chinese people are speaking with one another, I think there is just no way that they're saying anything. Sometimes I try and imagine how a Chinese person would make fun of English. I mean, it's got to be really tough because we're actually saying stuff. Sometimes I think nobody actually likes cats because everybody with a cat says, "My cat isn't like other cats." And then they tell a story about how their cat is cool, which kind of implies that they think all cats are shit, and everybody with a cat says that same thing. So I can only assume that everybody really doesn't like cats. Sometimes when I see an attractive girl, I change the way I'm walking and pretend like it's because I forgot something. Sometimes I try and impregnate Catholic girls right before Lent just to give them a choice. Sad. I gotta give up something. Sometimes I wonder why my high school girlfriend was so afraid to tell me that she was saving herself for marriage, because I was gonna break up with her anyway. Sometimes I fight with my girlfriend, but I never, ever leave in a fight, because who knows? That could be the last conversation we have before I hit her with a car. Sorry, now we're getting deep here. Sometimes I see a fat bike messenger and I'm like, what? That guy should really work out. And sometimes I see an attractive bike messenger and I'm like, what? That guy should do anything else. Sometimes I see a commercial for non-habit forming NyQuil. It almost sounds like a challenge. Sometimes I wish I were black so comedy would be a lot easier. Sometimes I pretend like I'm reading a poem because I don't know how to set up jokes and this takes all the pressure off. I guess that's the punchline. Anyway, my name is Swanson. Thank you guys.